Listen to me. No matter how you admire the old successful business guys, it's almost impossible for our current generation to copy directly from them. Let me explain that. Let's take Dangote for instance. In the year 1940, his great-grandfather was the richest man in West Africa. His own father was a rich businessman and a politician. In 1977, Dangote saw a massive need in commodity trade, took the sum of 500,000 naira from his uncle and started his own company, which would later make him the richest man in Africa. Even though he claims not to have inherited his family's wealth, you and I know that wealthy homes bring up children with better insight and skills to help them succeed in life. In the case of Dr. Osei Kwame Despite in Ghana, after selling Trident cassette for some time, he saw the need in radio station business when there was no single local language radio station in Ghana. So in 1999, Dr. Osei Kwame Despite established Peace FM in Akan language. And of course, it worked and became one of the popular radio stations in Ghana, which would later become a business conglomerate of media stations. Ibrahim Mahama started Engineers and Planners Company in 1997 when he had returned from London, which currently employs over 3,000 workers in Ghana. Don't forget, his father was the first regional minister of the whole northern region, and you know what that means. A friend of mine said that the richest man in his community today only worked with a certain Nigerian many years ago. The Nigerian later handed over the shop to him as a gift, which later became a very successful business in town. How would this man share his step-by-step process with the youth for them to learn? Is he going to advise them to also look for a Nigerian to also get a shop? Certainly not. You see, you and I are coming from very, very poor families. Our predecessors couldn't take advantage of the vast need that existed in the market many years ago, which was less competitive, full of trust, and a fertile business environment. The environment the old business guys played their business game cannot exist today. The competition in today's business world never existed in their time. The economy we live in today is never like theirs. That is why in most cases, our successful businessmen struggle to vividly explain the various step-by-step processes they pass through to help the youth practically learn from them. And those who try to explain, their stories don't even seem to make sense in our current environment. Imagine Dangote saying that he used only 500,000 naira, which is only $300 today, to start what he's controlling now. That wouldn't make sense. And it's not as if they did something suspicious. Most of them just happened to be risk takers whose business ideas met a vast market need at the time, and it worked for them. The point is that as a young person in our today's dilapidated economy, if you really want to learn from business owners and grow with them, it should be those who have struggled so hard and gradually building successful businesses in our current economy despite all the economic woes. If I were you, that friend who is able to build a successful business in recent times that makes them 2,000 to 5,000 Ghana cedis a month, I will pull them closer to me and ask them positive questions, devoid of jealousy and greed. That colleague of mine who is able to build a strong social media presence for their businesses, I will pull them closer to me to find out how they did it. I would put all my pride aside and ask that very friend of mine who didn't perform well in class but has got strategies to sustain their businesses. I would pull all of them closer to my circle and we would start building an empire together. Ladies and gentlemen, if the future would be for anyone, it would be for the group of young guys who are united in wisdom, poised for collective growth, and desirous of togetherness. When you find something that works for you, please pull your mate along. When they win, you don't lose yours.